The following show is a group of fishing folks sharing their personal opinions about all things angling. It's meant to be fun and entertaining. The opinions expressed on this show are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their bosses, or Bassmaster. Now, hopefully, we can all kick back, relax, and enjoy this show without the threat of legal action. The show really only has one rule. Say what you want. Nothing can be held against you because here, everything is officially unofficial. Oh yeah, we need a host. You ready, Dave?
Once again, Officially Unofficial is back in your life, and I welcome you into our show because this week, we're dealing with a very important topic, and that is, what is the best knot in bass fishing? It's a very important piece of bass fishing. It's actually what connects you to the bait, which ultimately connects you to the fish. It's very, very important. And like most topics in fishing, we learned this week from our panel that they don't always agree. We have a supersized panel breaking it down here this week. We kick things off with the sleepy assassin, Austin Felix. Then we're joined by Kyle Patrick. And then the Surge Squad decides to take this show in whatever direction they choose. Emil Wagner and Tucker Smith join the camera. And then we welcome in Paul Marks and Hayden Marburt. All of them have different opinions, but the question is always the same. What is the best knot in bass fishing? And some of them even tell us what not to do. I know, cheesy, but it's my specialty.
The sleepy assassin, we're not interrupting some long off-season slumber, are we?
I mean, I am still currently in bed at the moment, so.
Hey, well, that's on brand for you. It's perfect. Mm-hmm. This week, we're trying to figure out what the best knot in bass fishing is. What say you, Austin Felix?
I mean, for fluorocarbon, which is where it really makes a difference, the only knot I tie is a double San Diego jam. There's a couple of the different, like 3 tagline knots that all work pretty good. The main thing is don't tie a Palomar. Like I've gotten in some long arguments with people at seminars and whatnot about not tying a Palomar. I don't care how much spit or lube you use on it, you're going to burn that knot. It's not as strong as a San Diego jam or one of those other 3 tagline knots.
So it's not so much the knot you're for, it's the knot you're against.
For fluorocarbon, yeah. Like I've managed to get both Brian New and Brian Schmidt to stop tying Palomar knots with fluorocarbon, and like it's a pet peeve of mine, and I've got them both to switch to double San Diego jam. Just like you can basically show anybody if you grab an 8-pound test of fluoro or something and tie one and try to break it slowly versus the other, like you will break a Palomar before you break the double San Diego jam, and you'll break it right at the knot, whereas double San Diego jam or something, it'll stretch so far you're not sure where in the line it's going to break because you're using all the line's power.
Okay, well, I'm almost scared to admit this, but I'm a big Palomar guy. So, and my theory is I kind of believe the knot you tie the most is the knot you tie the best. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like I'm breaking off a lot of fish. Why should I change?
I mean, whenever you hang up your tube or whatever it is and you go and you slow pull it and it breaks every time right at the end, right by your knot with a Palomar. I'm assuming you're going to agree with me. Like it never breaks part way up. You never feel like at least I never feel like when I tie a double San Diego jam, if I do that, lots of times I'll either straighten the hook or you'll feel the entire fluorocarbon almost stretching, almost like you're deteriorating your entire leader because you have to put so much more pressure because it's not going to break right there at the knot because you have a weak point right there. And like that might be nice for keeping your leaders long and retying and everything. But if you're dropping down to like really light line and stuff, that's when you start breaking on the hook set just because you like the added pressure or stuff like that. So like it's less important on heavier line, but when you get up to lighter stuff, it makes all the difference in the world. I actually still tie a double San Diego jam, even with a drop shot. And I just cut off the loop and leave the really long tag line. And because otherwise you hang up your drop shot weight, half the time you break at the hook still when you were tying a Palomar. Whereas you do it that way and you hang up your drop shot, you're only hanging up the weight. So you break the weight off and you still have your hook and everything, and you can just tie it. It's just like,
makes sense. It makes sense. I just always thought it broke at the knot because the knot's the weakest point. So you're saying the double San Diego jam knot actually makes that section of your line even stronger.
Well, it doesn't create a weak point. So like you still get 100% of the strength through it. So like there's been multiple like YouTube, like knot war kind of things. And like you can look at any of them, like a Palomar knot breaks earlier than like that usually tends to win.
You've spent a lot of time researching this, it feels like.
I get in the weeds with a lot of this stuff. Yeah.
How many different knots have you gone through to get to this knot?
It didn't take that long for me. I actually got turned on to it from Andy Young. I'm sure you probably remember him. Where he turned me on to it back in like 2014 when I was on the other side of this argument. I was like, no, absolutely no way. Like, I'm so good at a Palomar, like, but like one day we're just in there and did the same thing and I broke it. And I'm just like, okay, like, again, the same thing I've done to Brian New and Schmidt. Like it's 100% stronger knot. Like on braided line, on monofilament, it's fine because it doesn't really kink as easily or anything, but fluorocarbon, don't tie a Palomar, tie a double San Diego jam, or there's a few other ones that all have the 3 tags and whatnot, but they all are far superior. I
try to avoid knots that need more than just like those require a lot of parts, don't they?
Yeah, you got to get your pinky involved and stuff when you're tying it. And
do you practice knots in the off season? Like, is this something you've maybe not now, but when you first started tying that knot, how many times you got to tie it before you're confident in it?
Not as many as you think. It's relatively simple once you do it. It's just a big loop with 3 wraps. You go through the bottom and you go through the top, and then you kind of got to grab them all and cinch them up. But it's not as hard. Like I did when I decided to switch from an Alberto or an Albright to an FG knot. Then I definitely had to sit down and run it a bunch of times before I felt like I was comfortable with it. But yeah, it's anything else. We tie so many knots over a year that you get pretty proficient pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, that's some very proficient knot information. I'll let you get back to sleep.
All right. We'll talk to you later. Sweet dreams,
buddy. Thank you. Cal Patrick, you're a officially unofficial regular friend of the show, whatever you want to be referred to as. I appreciate you as always. And this week, we're trying to figure out what is the best knot in bass fishing.
I mean, I feel like if someone doesn't say the Palomar knot, they have to be smoking something, because the Palomar knot is by far up and away. In fact, and I'm not kidding, the past 3 years, I've not tied one other knot. Never tied it. Palomar, win. Carolina rig, drop shot, jig. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's a Palomar.
I'm there with you. I mean, I like the Palomar. I mean, I kind of believe the knot you tie the most is the knot you tie the best.
Right.
But some people disagree.
Why?
You say the Palomar knot, it heats up the line too much, stuff like that. Like, what's your take on that?
This is my take on it. My take on it, those are the same guys that say that you get I throw 8-pound test and they say, I think you should drop down to 7 because you're going to catch, far more fish with 7-pound test. Or like I'm throwing a Koike McGee little deedle-doo thing that they put on their hook. And they I just don't complicate things, Dave.
Keep it simple.
Palomar knot. It's tried and true. I don't lose any on it. I feel like it's got really good abrasion resistance when you're like pulling through brush or rocks. Like I feel like it's one of those, a better knot as far as like, when you're dragging a jig on the St. Lawrence or something. I just find that, and it's super easy to retie. Like I can easily be like, I use my teeth, which is bad, but you cut your line, Palomar, and you're good to go.
Doesn't matter whether it's braid or fluoro, you're all Palomar all the time.
So with braid, I will add one loop on top of the Palomar. So I'll tie the Palomar and then I'll take the tag end and I'll just loop it one time back through and tighten it on top of the Palomar. So that's just something I do. I think everyone has those weird things that they're like, oh, this makes me feel better. It's not going to slip. I've jacked giants on frogs all year on Palomars and never broke.
What about braid fluoro leader? What is your knot for connecting leaders?
Oh God, I don't even know if I know the name. I think it's the Albright.
Okay.
I basically make a loop with the fluorocarbon. I put the braid through the loop, and then I wrap it 7 times, and then I wrap it 7 times the opposite way and go back down through the loop, and then
cinch her down.
Is that the Albright or no?
I believe it. I don't know.
I don't. I could probably
the Albright uni to uni. What's the difference between the Albright and the uni to uni? I mean, I tie a knot called the 3-finger knot because a guy with 3 fingers showed it to us, and I was like, if he can do it,
exactly,
I'm all in.
Exactly. Like, I also feel like all these names, like, there's so many names for the same knot. It just kind of depends on, it's like, oh, I'm going to go grab a cold one. I'm going to go grab a pint. I'm going to go grab a brewski. Like, it's all the same, but just said differently. Like, everyone has their little variations. And we swear by it, right? I just keep it simple. Palomar. And then I'm going to call it the loopy-doodle dandy knot. To go up for the braid around the fluorocarbon 7 times. And then you flip it and go back and then go back through the same way that you came up. And then you tighten it, you just put it in your mouth, and that's the loopy-doodle dandy knot.
Yeah. Yeah. Confidence is very important in your knots.
And I have lots of confidence in my knots.
Yeah. Do you ever just tie a knot and then be like, yeah, it feels okay, but it's not right?
Snip. Immediate snip.
Immediate.
Like, I don't even think. If I know guys, I've fished with guys that will tie all their like rigs for the next day, and then like they'll be tying their last one and they look at it and they're like, that just didn't cinch right. And then they go through all the rest of them and they retie everything. Like, there are guys that are very, very anal about their knots. Like they're like psycho about it. I do have times where I'll be tying a Palomar and like, I'll, lubricate the line. I'll cinch it down, and it doesn't quite cinch down as like smoothly as I want. And I will immediately clip and retie it.
Yeah. Well, that's also the advantage of it being a quick and easy knot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you need other appendages, like if you need to get your knee involved in different, there's knots that require.
Yeah. Like I've seen guys like, is it Josh Douglas that does the one, like you like put it in his foot and then he has it up here and he's like doing all this. I've seen guys tie knots that I'm like, holy smokes. I don't care how good you like, oh, the knot comes through, like the braid to fluoro knot, it comes through your guides really well. Guess what? I'm going to have it so that it comes through my spool really well. I'm not putting it in my spool. I'll just have like 4 extra rods so I don't have to retie on the water.
How long do you use your leader?
Yeah. So I'm a little different when it comes with this whole situation. When I throw a wacky Senko on a spinning rod, I don't use braid. I use straight fluoro. I never will flip I will never flip braid to fluoro ever. I'll either flip just straight braid or I'll flip straight fluoro. I'll never have a bait caster with a leader knot unless I'm throwing a spook, in which case I'll have a little mono at the end. Yeah. And that's it. So that's pretty much that. And then as far as braid to fluoro knots, it's basically, my Any spinning reel but a Senko.
Okay.
And I sorry, and I didn't answer your question. I keep it like, as far as the length goes, as long as I can, like, I'll time it to where if I make the perfect cast, the knot is just outside of the reel. So I don't have any situation where, like, if there's a tag end, it gets caught in itself on the reel. I always have it outside the reel.
Yeah.
Which means sometimes you know, if you snap off a bunch, you're going to have trouble to where you have to put that rod away, but I'll just do that throughout the day.
Yeah. With minnow fishing, sometimes you hear guys talking about a loop knot. Do you play with the loop knot at all in that? No.
Never have.
No.
And that's probably because I'm not as good a minnow fisherman as a lot of my peers. And that's easy for me to say. I find it badass to be good at minnow fishermen. A lot of these guys are really good at it, and it's cool. I am not that good at it. So I keep it really simple when I minnow fish. And I've gotten better because I think I've really just kept it simple and excelled in the simplicity of it. Because you can minnow fishing, prior to people's belief, it is a complicated endeavor.
Oh, yeah.
Very complicated. I keep it very simple. I tie the Palomar knot on my hook, and I throw like 3 baits and a couple of sizes of jig head. That's it.
It works.
And I catch them.
Yeah, it works. Thank you.
Yeah. Simplicity, baby.
I love it. Get back to recovering. All right, so the question is simple, but these guys are search squatters and they play by their own rules. Emil, you bring whoever you want, and you brought Tucker Smith, and what better person to bring along than the reigning Rookie of the Year and Elite Series champion and all the other crap he's won along the way. The question is simple this time. What is the best knot in bass fishing?
Palomar.
Best knot? Are we talking leader knots, or are we talking just line to hook?
Just knot in general.
FG knot.
FG straight up. So that is like the polar opposites. FG requires more than your hands to tie it, and a Palomar knot is.
I didn't say a leader knot.
I did.
Yeah. I'm talking straight to the bait, Palomar.
Yes. Okay.
But for a leader, I tie an Alberto because I can tie it in like 10 seconds. The FG knot's probably better, but I see people, it takes them a long time to retie it.
It doesn't take me that long. I've learned it, and the way that you tie it's really quick, but you don't have that catch in the guides.
You rig till midnight every night.
Yeah, but
whoa.
There's no peanut gallery talk over here. I tie the FG knot in. It's unbelievable. Like, doesn't go through your guides and catch. It's really good knot. And I don't tie that many like loops with it. I know a lot of people that tie like 24 ties with it, but I only do like 12, so it's smaller. And you can burn the edges of it, and it just goes through your guides so good if you have a longer leader, but it's unbelievable.
Honestly,
and
it probably
100% knot strength. Every time you get hung in brush or something and snap it, it always snaps like below your leader. It never snaps at the leader ever.
And mine does not. So I'm going to have to agree with Tucker. The FG is probably a better leader knot, but I just know the Alberto 6 up, 6 down, 10 seconds, bam, easy money. But so FG probably is the best leader knot. But what do you tie straight to your bait?
Straight to my bait, I always tie like the
3 tag ends.
Well, I do that for bottom baits because it's stronger. Like the 3 tag ends, it's called like double San Diego jam. It's like 2 loops, and then you wrap it around kind of like the trilene knot, and then you go back through the loop and then tighten it. It's got 3 tag ends, but it's good for bottom baits because it's a really bulky knot, so it's like a little bit bigger, so you can kind of bump across the rocks or shell or whatever and not get your line damaged. But then like just for regular stuff, I just tie like the trilene knot, which basically like wrap it around, go through the bottom, and then go back through the top and pull it. And I leave like a little bit of tag in too, so if it slips a little bit, it'll catch.
I'm starting to realize why I'm a tournament MC and not a tournament angler anymore. I mean, I just tie the same knot. I don't decide whether it's a bottom bait Or, I mean, other than maybe a
I'm
loop
with
knot
you,
you'll
Dave.
tie
I just
in.
tie a Palomar, call it a day.
I throw bottom baits anyways.
I do. I like a jig. I'm a big jig guy.
Why are they
Like
always
so-
chirping you, Tucker?
What is it?
Why are they always chirping you?
Paul's just over here just talking. I'm going to chirp him when he gets on the call.
All right, good. I
You're
appreciate
around
that.
Paul, you're getting chirped.
Paul's just a troll.
How much time? Who spends more time on their knots out of you two?
I spent a lot of time on it.
Like, do you ever just tie
I've
a
seen
knot
him
and
tie
know
his
it's not?
leaders that night, and it's a whole process.
It just takes a while because like I want to make sure it's perfect. And then when I go in the tournament, I just want to like cut my leader down. Like every time I retie, I just want to cut my leader down. And a lot of times I'll use the same leader for 2 days straight, like in the tournament, or 3 days straight if it's a really good knot. I'll just like cut my leader down so that I can last a lot longer with it if it's a good knot.
I wanted to learn the FG, but Tucker wouldn't show me how to tie one, so
I did. He wouldn't listen.
no.
How long of a leader do you to start with if you want to just work it down? Like, what is your
usually like 14 foot, like the rod, and then back down to the bait
That's what I
keeper.
do.
And if it's a bottom bait, I reel it in to the reel a few times. So it's like maybe like 16, 17 foot, just because when you're throwing bottom baits, those fish see the line a little bit better. If I'm throwing like a minnow or something like suspended, I'll only keep it like a few feet to, maybe like 10, 12 foot, just so if it's a little bit longer, you can still cut it down. But bottom bait, you want it to be a little bit longer because they're going to see your bait for a lot longer down on the bottom.
When's it too short? When do you retie one? Like what's the
Depends on
shortest you
water
fish
clarity.
with?
Yeah, water clarity. If it's clear, I always do like 14 feet. Like I just go to the base of my reel and then up and then back down the other end. But if it's dirty, I just do to where like the knot, like I'm not casting it through my guides when I'm throwing. So usually like 3 or 4 feet if it's dirty. You don't get as much stretch in your line either.
You feel the bite better. If it's dirty, it doesn't matter. They don't see your bait. They don't see your line. They're just looking at the bait.
All right.
What knot do you tie, Dave?
I'm a polymer knot guy. I mean, I'm just kind of a believer in the knot you tie the most is the knot you tie the best. But I've talked to a few people here today about knots, and a lot of people are trying to get me out of the polymer knot. You're literally the first guy.
Out of it. I tied a Palomar my whole life, and that one with the 3 tag ends, the San Diego Jam or whatever.
Double,
from what I've heard, that thing is legit.
It is unbelievable.
I want to get on that. You would think with all the stuff we take time to do, we'd spend some time on the one thing that connects us to the fish.
The double San Diego on bottom baits is so good. It just doesn't you don't break it unless it's, you hit something above the knot, but it's really, really good.
So knot class in the off season, I guess that's what you're going to do, Emil?
I'm going to pay Tucker $400 an hour, and I'm going to learn some good knots.
I got to go to YouTube.
Oh, yeah. He's got a bitchin' YouTube channel. Check it out. Thanks for the information. And I appreciate you guys being on the show.
Anytime.
What you throw a Palomar, and what do you throw on braid?
It's not over. Yeah. I mean, I'm a Palomar. Why, you don't throw Palomar and braid?
No, I do. I was just wondering what you throw.
Why are you wondering about, like, in the history of mankind, nobody's ever been like, wonder what the MC throws.
I wonder quite often.
I'm interested in your fishing.
Are you?
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Sometimes I'll get done with a tournament and I'm like, I wonder how Mercer would have done this week.
Said nobody ever, but I mean, I probably would have caught him. Yeah, you're right. Anyways, see you guys. Bye. It's over.
See ya.
If your weekends are spent on the river or out at the lake, you need sunglasses that can keep up. And that's where Shady Ray's Fish Collection comes in. Specialized shades that are built for the water. They float if they go overboard, have built-in side shields to block out glare, and use Color Rush Lens Tech to help you see every ripple, rock, and spot fish beneath the surface with total clarity. Shady Ray's new Fish Collection is lightweight, comfortable, and made for long days on the water. So whether you're casting from a kayak, reeling in from the dock, or just soaking in a slow afternoon, these shades stay put and help you see clearly all day day long. And if you lose or break them, Shady Rays replaces them. No stress. Floatable. Functional. Your best day on the water starts with Shady Rays. We've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com and use code BASS35 for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people.
Joined by Paul Marks and Hayden Marburt. You both share a tattoo, but I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. Seems like there's some lies. Some lies. It wasn't real well thought through. No, nothing you decide to do at 2 a.m. is well thought through.
No, it wasn't. We were just hanging out in the afternoon at the Classic, decided to get them, and we got them, but no one knows what it means.
No, we're about to go back. Mine needs a touch up. I had a bad tattoo artist.
His went away.
It's barely there.
Oh, no. Did you pull away? Like, what happened?
No, Tucker and Paul got the better tattoo artist in the group, and I had another guy work on mine, and it wore away in like 2 weeks.
Hayden was over in the corner. He told him, don't do it too hard. It might hurt.
Yeah.
So what time did you get this tattoo at?
It's like 6 p.m.
Like 3:15 in the morning.
Hayden is honest, and I appreciate that, and that's what you're here for. I appreciate finally some honesty. I appreciate that.
No, it wasn't that late.
I don't know. It might have been like 2. I don't know what time it was.
No, it was like 3.
All right, we're talking about fishing knots. What is the best knot in bass fishing?
This one.
What exactly do you call that?
I don't know. I'm sitting next to Emil's phone or computer charger, and I just started tying stuff.
Wow. Why would you do that? Why would you? I mean, this is a...
Y'all were talking about knots.
We're just testing new leader knots.
All right. You got one for me other than Emil's phone charger?
On like a jig and a shaky head, I tie a triple San Diego or whatever it's called. And then my leader knots, I do Albright or Alberto. I don't know which one's which.
Yeah.
On a minnow and stuff like that, I tie a Palomar.
Yeah. Hayden, what about you?
Leader, I always tie an FG, and then most of the time bottom baits, it's like double San Diego jam just because it's doubled through there and doesn't ever really fray your line as much as a Palomar, I feel like. And I don't know, like you got 3 tag ends, and if you're dragging like a Texas rig or something, it kind of keeps your weight off your knot a little bit.
Are me and Emil the only people who still tie the Palomar knot?
No, I tie
on braid. Like if I'm throwing a frog or something, I'm throwing a Palomar knot.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, why? What about loop knots? You guys are minnow shakers. Loop knots a player for you guys, or?
I'm not a loop knotter. Honestly, don't even know how to tie one.
I tie it.
I tried to tie it one time on a buzz jet, topwater in a pond, and I broke off at like an 8-pounder, so I never tied it again when I was like 6. So haven't tried it since.
That was it. It scorned you, and you turned your back on the loop knot forever. Yep. Are you telling me that, Hayden, do you think he's telling me the truth?
Yeah, no, Paul wouldn't lie to you. He just gets confused sometimes, so he's not trying to lie.
I was like maybe 10 at the most. Like I was young.
So it was probably like a 4-pounder, not an 8-pounder.
No, it was huge. You ask my brother.
I don't know if we learned much here today, but I appreciate you keeping him honest, Hayden.
Yeah, I try to.
Will you tell me what the tattoo means?
No, that's something I can't be honest with you about.
Oh, damn it. I thought we had something going there. Well, I appreciate your opinion.
Unless it's a matching tattoo, then I'll tell you what it means.
Yeah, if you get it, we'll tell you.
Well, I can't get it if I don't know what it means.
It doesn't mean anything bad. You'll like it.
I've heard that before. All right, well, maybe we'll be in negotiations. Thank you for your information and knots.
See you.
Well, it definitely looks like the Surge Squad is enjoying their off season. I thank all our guests for joining us here this week and sharing with us what the best knot in bass fishing is. But now it's time for you guys to get involved with our Yeti Go Boxes question of the week. Since 2006, Yeti has been building products for anglers who fish hard and share an addiction to the woods and water. The Yeti Go Box gear cases have become a daily storage solution for anglers on the water. Offered in 3 sizes, the Go Boxes are rugged and waterproof, at home on the boat or on the back of a pickup truck. All Yeti Go Boxes offer smart storage solutions with removable cargo trays and dividers. The Pack Addict is a set of zippered pockets conveniently housed on the interior lid of the 30 and 60 size. Go Boxes are the perfect angler's companion. And here's our Yeti Go Box question of the week. It's plain and simple. I'm sure you've predicted it. What knot do you count on? What's your favorite knot? What's your least favorite knot? Let us know in the comments. And I guess that's it for Officially Unofficial this week. Thanks for tuning in. Get out and go fishing or whatnot. See what I did there? Until next time, enjoy being.